Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale. Simati Bhakti Kirita Swami Say Krishna Parashitani Shri Gaura Karana Sakti Bhakti Kirtitinami. Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Simati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaura Van Pachayani. Nere Visesa Sanya Bhava Postachara Desatani. Amagana Tumirandasya Gyanandana Sarakaya Chakshuramisandana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Savitam Jana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadambam Dadati Swapanandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Taparakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devi Shri Radha Krishna Param Sagana Balita Sri Sakantam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati Gopi Sagamika Kanta Atakanta Namastuti Tattva Kantana Gurangi Radhe Vrindaveshwari Saraswati Devi Namami Hare Priya Vantakalpataru Yascha Vipasandhyayavata Patitanam Pavinivyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. With our respectful obeisances and heartfelt greetings to all the devotees present, all the devotees from all over the world. You are all appreciated. You are all deeply appreciated. And we heartily wish all of you the best in your Krishna consciousness. And a culture of constant love and appreciation. This will help us to understand what is the practical Krishna consciousness and how we can apply this and become successful. Since we have already decided that in this lifetime, at least for this lifetime, this is what you have to do. This is what we have decided to do. For those of us who have, I hope you're listening. For those of us who have decided that Krishna consciousness is something we're going to do in this lifetime, we wish all of you the best. And this is a chance for us to closely look at the technologies we have to put in place and how to apply it to become successful. And also for those who are here in Krishna consciousness, but are not ready yet, but we are around. Are you understand me? I hope you understand. If you don't understand, you don't understand. We are practical. We are practical. For those of us who are in Krishna consciousness, but they're not for Krishna consciousness, I justify my statement. I justify it. And Prabhupada said in many of your lectures, devotional Krishna consciousness in pure Krishna consciousness, devotional service in pure Krishna consciousness. Why? What is the meaning? Devotional service in pure Krishna consciousness. That suggests to me, confirmed that not all of us are ready for Krishna consciousness this time, but we are here. I also remember also in the Bible, this a statement also very close to that. Many people are sitting by the gate of heaven, but they're not going inside. Of all the places around the world, they have selected to sit by the gate of heaven. But their interest is not to go inside, but they wait by the gate. Who always stay at the gate? Huh? Security man. The security man is sitting there to do what? You don't want to. You don't want unnecessary people to go and see the master. So those who sit by the gate, they will check those who are not qualified to go inside. Who are those who are not qualified? The security people will tell you, you want to go there. For what? What's that time? There are many things to do here. Let's consign here. Let's do this here. So we are saying that some of us who are like that in Krishna consciousness, but we're not ready for Krishna yet. It shows in our activities. It shows in our activities. It shows in our consciousness. It shows in how we do everything. I said we are practical. Someone who is in Krishna consciousness has taken initiation with the promise I'm going to transition around. I'll keep the four regulative principles. And you're not doing that regularly. What does it mean? What is the message? What is the message the person is giving? I'm here, but I don't want to do this now. But I'm here. So for that, we encourage you also to closely look at your intention. And for those who are already ready, please take this process seriously by following the course of love. Yes. Next. This is the purpose of what? Love of God, love of everyone. It means if we love God, we will love God's creatures. And Prabhupada has another way to put it. Love me, love my dog. He said this here. Prabhupada is found on that word. Love me, love my God. Our charity have a very powerful word which needs to be clearly understood. Because sometimes we are used to certain things and then we forget the meaning. We are used to certain words, but we don't know the meaning after some time. Love me, love my God. Prabhupada said here in this particular purport. Love of God means what? Love of everyone. We are not going to go and start loving God to attain perfection at the gate of Vaikuntha. We are going to get it here before going there. How do we get it? His Holiness Bhakti said, we are in the school of love. This environment is meant for practicing what we are going to do eternally with Krishna in Goloka. What we are doing is our eternal occupation, not a part-time thing. Krishna consciousness is not a part-time job affair, not a part-time school affair. It is eternal occupation we are going to do with Krishna in Goloka eternally. So we are practicing it here. And when that is done, then we can go there. Just like when you graduate from school, then you go and look for a job. You don't look for a job before graduation. You have to graduate, you have to have experience. Then you look for a job for what you have learned. So when we perfect our life here, then we'll go to God to go and do the profession we have perfected here. This is Krishna consciousness. We have to practice, how to learn, how to love everyone. It's all in Bhakti has explained all these things. And when we speak about this, it is difficult. How can I love my wife, I love my father, I love my brother, my sister, I love my husband. They are none of them. So how can I love you like that? How? In Krishna consciousness, it has to be like that. That we have to learn how to love everyone. At least it should begin from do not hold anyone negatively in the mind. That's the beginning. Don't keep anyone negatively in the mind, including those who have offended us. We should not keep them negatively in the mind. And Dr. Chem has explained, if we keep grudge, it's like we are holding fire in our hand. Suppose someone offends you and you have forgotten it, and you are remembering it 24 hours. Who suffers? It is you who suffer, because you're the one holding the fire, and fire is burning. So you see that those who keep grudges are not happy. They are miserable people because they are being burnt by the fire they're holding. So the culture of love means that as we want to love God, we have to start from the creatures of God. You have to learn how to love each other. Because when we get to the Goloka, what are we going to do there? It's Krishna. Only Krishna, all of you. And then it's only Krishna, you're Krishna. Yeah. That does not exist in Goloka. What exists in Goloka is what? In the beginning, what picture do we see? We saw Krishna alone? No. We saw Krishna and Balaram with all the cowherd boys, with all other animals. Beautiful, the plants, all available. That is the culture of love. Everything put together to celebrate the beauty of Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada said, if you love God, and because we are missing God, we are loving this thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. And what is the end? Frustration. Why frustration? That thing, that thing. What is that thing? Sense gratification. It is sense gratification. That thing which is taking our love away from Krishna is that thing, sense gratification. Therefore, sense gratification is dangerous. And Prabhupada spoke about sense gratification throughout the books. So one will wonder, why is sense gratification? Why is sense gratification? Why not Baba, Prem Bhakti, Prem Rasalila? Why not? Sense gratification, all through the book, impersonally, Mayavadis. Because we have to do the first thing first. We have to do the first thing first. The first thing is that we should understand who we are, who Krishna is. What is our relationship? What are the things we're supposed to do in this relationship? And what is the goal? This must be clearly understood. And that thing, sense gratification, takes our love away from Krishna. Like devotees chanting japa with a cell phone. So the affection we have for Krishna is taken away by a mobile. Mobile means what? Mobility. You know, mobile? Movement. Is it not? Mobile means they're moving. So our cell phone is moving our affection for Krishna away. This is chanting or japa. And then technically it is called apa, radha. Apa, radha, and two are joined together. There's no radha than it. Why? Mobile has mobile the affection away. So where is Radharani? No Radharani. No Radharani means no Krishna. So that thing will give us frustration, not love for God. That very love which is reserved for God, we are applying it in this material world. I love my country. I love my society. I love my family. I love my dog. I love my, etc. I love. But I am missing whom to love. That is the point. I am placing my love in so many things and I'm becoming frustrated. So when we understand the love is meant for God, that is our perfection of life. And if you love God, you love everyone. That is perfect love. If you love God, you love everyone. We cannot love God and hate God's thing. My Father will be pleased with what? He is a seed-giving Father. Don't take Krishna as a foreigner or something else. No. He is your Father, original Father, seed-giving Father. It's a lecture in Bhagavad Gita 7.4, Nairobi, October 31, 1975. Just like you are the son of your father. So when you love your father, naturally, you love your brothers. And because, my father will be pleased. So this is love. That universal love can be possible when you actually love God. My father will be pleased. That is the point. The duty of a son.
It's 10 o'clock.
Thank you. The duty of a son or daughter is to act in such a way that the parent will be pleased. The duty of the disciple is to act in such a way that the spiritual master is pleased. Why? Our success depends on the pleasure of our spiritual master. It's not on our intelligence. It's not on our fame. It's not about our beauty or wealth. Whatever we may possess in this matter, it has nothing to do with the reality. In fact, they are all sources of distractions. My father will be pleased, and we have to do that which will please this father. That is the focus the bona fide disciples will always have. That's the focus. I want to please my father. And Prabhupada said, that is the secret of success in Krishna consciousness. Bhagavad Gita 434 purport. The secret of advancement in Krishna consciousness. To please the bona fide with our sincere service. All right? Don't miss the central point. If you don't love God, then you cannot love anyone. Because He's the center. In India, there is a point family system. There's a joint family system. Suppose a girl comes, the parent, they engage the girls and boys. Say a girl belongs to a different family. But when she is married, she comes to family. And because the husband and wife is related at once, the husband's brother becomes related. The husband's mother becomes related. The husband's father becomes related. So central point must be there. So if you can love God, then everything in relationship with God, then you can love. You can love every man. That's the central point. love of God. If you really have love for Krishna, we will see that if we have love for Krishna, we will see that we have love for everyone. And those who doesn't have love for Krishna will not have love for anyone. We can make that advert how much we love Krishna, but we don't need to make advert because our action will show if we actually love God or not. Right? If you actually love God, you will have a natural love for God's creatures. Love me, love my dog. Just like you love somebody, you must also, if you care for somebody, love somebody, and a person's daughter a doties on the ground, you walk past it. I love you so much now. I care for you so much. I think you know how much I love you. I just walk past your side. Your daughter is on the ground. The wind has blown it down. I saw that. You didn't see, but I have seen. Your daughter is on the floor. Your side is on the floor. I just walk past that to come and one checkal put a real child, person, but they cannot believe you. But he showed you. I'm all, I may not do it. I may not. Two lovers of you. No. The action should show. You don't have to tell it. Let the action show that you love the person. If you really love God, the center, properly give an example here. A girl is married to a boy. It is not only your husband that is your relative now. It's not only your husband that you have to end your dealings with. Your husband includes the wife, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, the friends of your husband, they are all included. One thing covers everything. If you have love for Krishna, it covers everything. This is Krishna consciousness, teaching us practically how to live a perfect life. All right? Have sympathy. If actually one loves God, he must love everyone. That is the sign. Yeah, you just mentioned it's confirmed here. Just like my heart is now tasty, I am quenching with the drinking water and putting here. So as soon as put this water here, immediately the energy distributed all over the body. So a God conscious person cannot be neglectful or envious to anyone. A God conscious person cannot be neglectful or envious to anyone. That is the test. So this is a good quality. Love your neighbor. To give them service. So if actually one person is God conscious, he must be sympathetic with the troubles of this neighbor, troubles of his neighbor, or anyone, not only human being. In another lecture, Prabhupada said, the animals, the trees in that country, they are also citizens. Therefore, they cannot be unnecessarily killed. They are also citizens. Anyone born in that country is a citizen. So animal in that country is a citizen. The plant and trees and everything in that country is a citizen. And they have to be nicely treated, just like we treat the human being. As a citizen. So if we love Krishna, we will have sympathy for all the children of Krishna. All the children of Krishna will have sympathy. What is sympathy? We want to be our neighbor's caretaker. Our neighbor's caretaker. That is the beauty of community. Community means what? Whatever is my problem is also a problem of your problem. So community helps to make the burden light because it will be shared by everyone. Everybody will share the burden. I saw in my village, when somebody leaves a body, the whole villagers will come together. And it's very beautiful. You need to hear. When they're crying, it's a beautiful song. If you don't see a dead body, you think that they're singing. And as they're crying and talking, they're talking so many things. So many things they're talking. They look beautiful. That's the beauty of Vedic culture. You see, when Saturday are fighting, when they're chastising each other, it's a wisdom. It's such very sweet. When the Saturday they're chastising each other, very, very poetic. Very poetic. It's only when they kill each other before you look, they're angry. If you hear them alone, it's wisdom. Very sweet. Not many people are like that. Someone's problem is everybody's problem. Everybody will come together to help you, sympathize with you, they lament with you, they cry with you, and encourage you. Don't worry, it is like that. I cry for someone, turn today, tomorrow you cry for another person. And you also will cry for someone. It will also be a turn one day, other people come and cry for you. So this is life. Life must go on. Right? Life must go on. Sympathy. Yes. Work on behalf of Krishna. That is our duty. To work on behalf of Krishna. Just like we are trying to spread this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Because on account of love. Yes. We cannot preach Krishna consciousness if you don't have love, if you don't have compassion, if we don't have sympathy, we cannot preach Krishna consciousness. So, like we mentioned before, what is there in the heart will show. If you don't preach, means we are violent people. To be violent means what? The heart is very hard. It's not soft. So we cannot preach on behalf of Krishna. Some way or other, we have to come in contact with Krishna. We are understanding that these people are in Maya or in ignorance. They do not know how to become happy. So our little attempt is let them become Krishna conscious. Whichever way we do it, let it be done. That we make people become Krishna conscious. This is out of love. It is out of love. Everyone is suffering for want of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, we are taking so much trouble. This is at least one side that Krishna wants them to deliver. And if we work on behalf of Krishna, that is also love. All right? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Very much, Maharaj. We're very, very grateful for the very deep, insightful, and very profound subject matter that you've given to us. Actually, Maharaj, every time you speak, it's like you're dropping a bomb in our heart and it's exploding. Thank you very, very much, Shila Gurudev. The topic was very, very profound. And yes, like Shila Guru Maharaj has already mentioned, that we should love, if we want to show our Krishna consciousness, we should love everyone, and we should not hold grudges, we should learn to forgive. We should forgive people actually before going to bed in the night. Actually, again and again, Shila Gurudev has been speaking about this again and again and again and again. And yes, I think this message is also for me, that I should not hold grudges and I should learn to forgive people before going to bed in the night. And also, how we understand our Krishna consciousness, it shows in our relationship with others. How deep we are in our Krishna consciousness, it shows in our relationship, how we relate with other people and how we don't relate with other people. It shows. So thank you very, very much, Lagrudev. And yes, like you also say that many of us are called, but still few are chosen. A lot of us are given the opportunity to become Krishna conscious, but some of us were just hanging at the gate of Krishna consciousness. Please, Guru Maharaj, today we are begging you that you please give us the costly, give us your mercy, that we may not hang. We should not just hang on the doorway of Krishna consciousness, but we should truly be able to pass through the door and get fully into Krishna consciousness. I beg you. I'm begging for myself, and I know that I'm also speaking on behalf of every other people here. So please, Maharaj, please give us your mercy. All right, thank you very much. So we are going to be moving on now. We are going to be calling on our next speaker for today, and it's Grace Paramgati Prabhu. Please.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, just before that, thank you so much, Shukdev Prabhu, for playing for us as well, and thank you, Srila Gurudev, for this wonderful class. So before we move on to the senior speakers, as you know, this is a perfect timing, as Maharaj said, that we should have community. Community means sharing of problems, sharing of everything, right? So our burden is lessened and our happiness increases because we are also sharing those things, right? So we would like to show one practical project of Srila Gurudev, which is the Surabhi Farm project. You know, many people don't know much about it. So what we have done is we have made a video out of the information of what is the mission of Surabhi Farm project, what is the project plan, and there is something for all the devotees there, how you can contribute to the Surabhi Farm project. So we can actually play the video for the Surabhi Farm.
This called Surabhi Farm project is meant to help devotees become satisfied in their consciousness, to have a place where they can peacefully practice their sadhana, at the same time have something to maintain themselves peacefully without anxiety. It is also a project that will help many people with these skills, because we want to provide many people, both devotees and even non-devotees who want to be trained. We are open to help them. And if they eventually like to continue with the Krishna consciousness, it's fine. If they want to go and work out, it's fine. But we're just investing on it to make them valuable for themselves and for the community, social and also spiritual. In this community also, we want to show people that we can have a peaceful environment where we can live for each other as brothers and sisters. And nobody will feel unwanted, but everybody feels encouraged. We can have a sense of belonging and not be disturbed by unnecessary fears and devotees. We also show devotee that Krishna consciousness is a practical thing, and we can produce everything within ourselves, and also provide for other people to show people who cannot take directly to Krishna consciousness that they can. The Krishna consciousness is not only a philosophical open, but we have something that we can offer to the people, which is very, very tangible, which is very, very important. I can help change their life into a better way. In this project, we have a temple. The temple is in the center. We have 6 buildings. The temple is in the center. And we have quarters for the householders, we have quarters for the brahmacharis, we have quarters for the sannyasis and other visitors. And we have a guest room. The guest room alone is 40 rooms. And we have a clinic. The clinic is in 2 parts. The clinic includes medical, the naturopathy, the Ayurveda, all the different branches. We have all of them together. We have also a department for astrology, for astronomer. So it is a complete unit. We have a conference hall and a multi-purpose hall where all the activities, the conferences and the seminars and drama and other things the weddings can all take place in one place. So it's a complete unit for everything as a community, so that we don't have to go out for anything, but people will come and learn, practice Christian consciousness. And the devotees who are staying there, their qualification for people to stay there. We don't just take people now. Anybody. Only those who are ready and ready to follow our standard, our principle. What is our principle? Anyone who stays there does not own anything. Right? You should say whatever you have belongs to you as long as you bona fide in the sense that you comply with all our regulations and principles. But if you violate the principles and you're going to live there, you cannot sell it to somebody. It becomes the committee's property. That's a rule, that's a principle. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for it. So we can see it's such a practical project, such wonderful project. We saw the vision, right? And Srila Prabhupada says that to understand this Krishna conscious philosophy, we need a cool head, right? So we need this. We need such community projects where our needs are taken care of, as well as we are in a sattvic environment, so that we can have a cool head and we can prosper in Krishna consciousness. And Maharaj mentioned a very good thing, that this project might not be for the devotees hanging around. This is for those devotees who want to really go into Krishna consciousness. So yes, with this, I'll just also mention that those who want more information about the Surbi Farm project, they can contact His Grace Achinta Rupadas. In the chat box, you'll find the contact number. It will be posted in the chat box, and you can message him and contact him for more information. And also, Maharaj has so many other projects. One, of course, we saw yesterday about the Spiritual Connection book, right? So this is also the projects like bringing out more books for spiritual connection. So this is also one thing. If you want to purchase the book, you can go to the link. You want to have more information about the book, you want to contact us, the numbers are given. These will also be present in the chat box, and it is available in English, Hindi, and Portuguese. For Portuguese, you'll also find the details in the chat box. So thank you so much, and I pass on to Shukdev Goswami Prabhu.
Thank you
can
very
continue with the next section. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Maharaj, we hope that with your mercy, you find us qualified to also be able to come to your farm project and also stay in Surabi Farm project. I can't wait for it to be fulfilled, and I am praying that the Lord keep us alive, that we'll be able to participate whichever way for this vision of yours to be fulfilled. But I also pray that I'm qualified enough to, come and visit. Thank you very much, Maharaj. So we are moving forward right now. I know so many of you might, might be tired or might be whichever way, but I beg you, do not be tired, because we still have a lot of activities that has been designed and are scheduled for each and every one of us to be able to participate in. And going straight ahead, we're going to be calling on our speakers, His Grace, in the person of His Grace, Ganga Prasad Prabhu. For so many of you that don't know Ganga Prasad Prabhu, Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami. He's a very, very good, he's very, very dear to Srila Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. He joined ISKCON while he was studying in the university in Pune, in India, in the year 1986. Prabhu have served in various managerial positions since the year 1989 after returning to Nigeria from India. And under the instruction of his spiritual master, His Grace Ganga Prasad Prabhu has pioneered many successful community projects, one of such being Sri Sri Nandagram Chandra in Port Harcourt. And currently Prabhu is ISKCON West Africa Regional Chairman and ISKCON Nigeria National Council Chairman. In respective of his busy schedule, Prabhu is also coordinate a preaching project in Ota, Ogun State, Nigeria. Prabhu, we're very, very joyful, very, very blessed to have you here with us today. And thank you very much, Prabhu, for being here with us. Hare Krishna, please, the floor is yours.
Omagyan Timirandaksya, Janang Jana Salakaya, Chaksuro Militam Yena, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Itinamine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Tita Swami Itinamine. Namaste Krishna Padaya, Prabhupada Stat Manesi Gora Karuna Shakti, Bhakti Tita iti nomine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Simati Radhanath Swami iti nomine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Simati Bhakti Vedanta Swami nomine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine, Nivisesaya Sunyavadi, Pasatyai Desatarine. Hare Krishna and welcome to everybody. Actually, this arrangement, especially the organizers, is a fulfillment of a prophecy. And I'll tickle your fancy by mentioning that in the course of my stay in Nigeria with Bhakti Tito Swami, one day while he was on the Vyasa-Puja, Srila Krishnapa wept and left to go to his room. He wept. And the weeping was born out of dissatisfaction for devotees' conduct. Just like Maharaj is saying that some devotees are standing at the gate, but they are present. So Srila Krishnapad wept. But subsequently in the future, Srila Krishnapad said that Krishna consciousness in West Africa will flourish in the future. But how many of you will be there then? So I thank Maharaj for the class he gave yesterday about unity and cooperation, and also that of today. My little offering will function around this premise, the prophecy, the dissatisfaction, and then what we have on ground now. Krishna consciousness is already flourishing, but how many people are there is the booby trap and big question. So Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Bhakti Tito Swami, Srila Krishnapad. All glories to Srila Radhanath Swami. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Goranga. I wish you a happy 64th Krishna Conscious Vyasa-Puja anniversary celebration. May you celebrate many more in the future. Your Holiness, I think that I have met you, your goodness, by the will of providence, just so that I may accept you as the captain of the ship for which my desire to cross over the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of human beings, will be actualized. You have endeared yourself in the annals of history and put your feet on the sand of time as a Rupanuga through your literary publication of the Spiritual Connection book, thereby continuing the literary desire of His Holiness Bhakti Tito Swami and the disciplic succession. Your strict sadhana of rising early, chanting the Maha Mantra, your uninterrupted opulent deity worship, taking devotees on the tour of places of pilgrimage, your captivating strong line narration, your captivating storyline narrations of secret scriptural pastimes, wherein have earned you the accolade of being a storyteller by His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj in Mauritius. And on occasion also an MC in an event in Mauritius called you or mentioned, quote, there is always a first time with Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, meaning that whatever story you have not had anywhere before, you hear it first time from His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. Your glories are as brilliant as the sun, and it has blossomed just after the departure of His Holiness Bhakti Tito Swami to join His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, in the eternal service to Lord Krishna. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in this age of Kali shall get light from your glorious exemplary devotional deeds. You have always exhibited the attitude of a moving caravan in the face of challenges of the barking dog-like distractors, to show focus, resilience, tenacity, and doggedness in accomplish the purpose of your empowerment. Maharaj, please forgive us for the offenses at your lotus feet and bless us with the desire to take advantage of the opportunity that the acharyas are expressing through you for our self-interest of advancing in Krishna consciousness, and to be able to become useful in the scheme of fulfilling the desire of giving Krishna consciousness to all whom we come across. Thank you for all the goodwill, love, care, and support that you have extended to me and my family. You have indeed added life to my life, and that is why I am alive today to render this Vyasa-Puja offering. I pray that all who hear this narration will be blessed by the potency of this anniversary, and I congratulate all the organizers because the flourishing that Srila Krishna Prabhupada predicted is already taking place. In our own little calculation, we may be calculating based on our own strength, the number of people we have. But you can see now that after Srila Krishna Prabhupada left, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj has flourished greatly, and he has made our West African Yatra very famous among the community of devotees internationally and disciples all over the world. People are speaking about him. As they speak about him, they are speaking about our Yatra. And so the activities that will make the place blossom may not be dependent only on those of us that are on ground, but Krishna will send empowered people from different parts of the world, and then the word of the Acharya, Bhakti Tito Swami, which is what he says, Satya Sankalpa, the desire of the pure devotee will surely be fulfilled. Thank you very much, Maharaj, and I wish you many more celebrations. All glories to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, all glories to His Holiness Bhakti Tito Swami, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Grace Ganga Prasad Prabhu ki jai. Thank you very, very much, Ganga Prasad Prabhu, for the wonderful, wonderful and insightful offering. But also we pray that you are a father to us, and we pray that may the Lord keep you more with us so that you'll be able to celebrate more Vyasa-Puja with us, and may the Lord bless you with strength, and may He continue to increase your wisdom daily. Thank you very, very much, Prabhu. We are very, very grateful. Hare Krishna. So moving forward, we're going to be calling on His Grace Acharya Purandara Prabhu. His Grace Acharya Purandara Prabhu is the disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. He is known in Africa, in Nigeria precisely, as a perfect gentleman and an exemplary leader with a heart of gold. Prabhu has served under the instruction of his spiritual master as temple president of Benin City for many, many years. I mean, many years, even from my childhood to now, he has always been there. And also, even though Prabhu is a very successful businessman, he never hesitates in his Krishna conscious service. Currently, Prabhu is managing one of ISKCON Nigeria's farm project in Benin City. Acharya Purandara, we are very, very grateful. But above all, we are very, very humbled have you here. Just before you start, Prabhu, just a little reminder of the time, so as to be able to accommodate everybody. Everyone is being allotted, devotees have been allotted 8 minutes. I'm sorry. God bless you, Prabhu. Please, the floor is yours.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I will not even spend as much time as you think as allocated. So what I'm going to say is very brief. Just for our observation, God is backing what is God is not very program by this program that is going to speak after my observation. From invitation to all the people plan to the Father Acharya is back from the offer. So maybe this wonderful movement to us, and I offer my objection to my Guru Dev, Bhakti, Bhakti, Sita Maharaj, very exposient Guru who has brought Krishna consciousness to all. Dhira. Then I also pay down to Bhakti, Swami. It's not going. Hare Krishna. So we're talking of, I don't know what can be heard.
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you.
So we're talking of Gurudev, that is my actually senior godbrother. That's what they call him, but I call him my Gurudev. I call myself the disciple. Because why? He did what I cannot do. He did what he cannot do in West Africa. He has shown an exemplary leadership in all sorts of devotional service. So I actually call myself his disciple. And I love him because he did what I cannot do. He followed the footsteps of his Guru Maharaj. However, Srila Bhakti Maharaj. And because it's promoting who is there West Africa marches Sandana and total faith to Guru Krishna. That is why Maharaj obey all what can be obeyed in the scripture. It's a pattern devotee from beginning of his Krishna consciousness. We all know in Nigeria, and everybody, nobody have any doubt that it's a pattern devotee of Krishna. He's sent by Krishna, and actually following the instruction of Krishna, following the instruction of Guru for all the time. He's totally devoted and have total faith in Krishna and Guru. So I actually bow my head to him for his total devotion and admire him. I adore him in all his activities because he follows strictly the instruction of Guru and Krishna, and he propagates Krishna consciousness all over the world. And what I can say is that I myself, I wish him so much. I wish him to spend so many years to promote Krishna consciousness in Nigeria, to promote all over the world. And when in my profile, I said I forget I am at 36 years old, and I know I will soon give up my life. And I want that when I want to give up my life, I will remember him and my remember Bhakti Damodara Swami and my Gurudev Bhakti Maharaj. And I know if I remember him, I will be able to at least have some quality that will lead me on to Krishna. So like I said, I don't have much to say. In this regard of Bhakti Maharaj, it's a Passcode Guru. It's much of humanity, like it's Guru. It's preaching all about the world like it's Guru, and everybody knows him. And when I go out of this country and I see how people are following him all over the world, and I can always remember that he follows the footsteps of Guru Maharaj. And I don't know to humanity, and I'm very much see that he did so much for humanity, so much sacrifice for humanity, and I can follow that.
We humbly apologize for Prabhu's network. Actually, Prabhu is in Nigeria, and I believe sometimes the network statics aren't so proper in Nigeria. So again, we humbly apologize. And I think Prabhu is still speaking, so we just have to wait a little minute.
So in conclusion, like I said, I don't know how far to get because there's a lot of disturbance. I wish him very wonderful, glorious Vyasa-Puja celebration. I wish him very many years in his wonderful service for humanity, and I wish that he will always remember me and opportunity to remember me and inspire me. He's trying to do this, try to follow a little bit of process and try to have more capacity and place. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. His Grace Acharya Purandara Prabhu Ki Jai. Thank you very, very much, Acharya Purandara Prabhu. We're very, very grateful to you that even despite your age, despite the frailty of old age, you make your time to be present with us today. We are very, very grateful to you. To so many of you that don't know, Acharya Purandara Prabhu is a very elderly devotee. He's 78 years old. And the offering that he gave to Srila Gurudev is very, very heart-touching, and he speaks from his heart. Everyone is speaking from their heart, but Acharya Purandara Prabhu is saying that Srila Gurudev, that he hoped that when he's going to leave his body, he's going to think about his own spiritual master, and he's also going to think about Srila Gurudev. I really pray that I also have this mood in me, that at the time I'm going to leave my body, I'm also going to think about my Gurudev, and I'm going to think about Srila Prabhupada. Acharya Purandara Prabhu, please bless us also that we may have this mood at the last time of our life. Thank you very much. So we are going to move on now with our next speaker. Just before Prabhu comes on, just a reminder again to everyone that, just due to time constraint, and we're trying to keep the program as engaging as possible. Please keep to the time. Keep to the time so as to be able to give opportunity for other speakers that are also going to speak, because we do have so many more speakers. So we are allotting 8 minutes for the speakers that are coming on now. So next, I'm going to be introducing His Grace Yadunath Prabhu. His Grace Yadunath Prabhu is a very, very wonderful devotee. He is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj. Prabhu was fortunate enough to be introduced to Krishna consciousness in his early childhood by his father, His Grace Indra Jumna Prabhu of blessed memory. Prabhu got initiated in the year 1999 and has since continuously served as Harinam devotee, sharing the holy name in every village and town. Fortunately for me also, I was fortunate to be present with His Grace Yadunath Prabhu in his Harinam activities and Harinam sevas around Nigeria. His Grace Yadunath Prabhu is a well-respected youth leader, and he organizes special youth festivals yearly in Auchi. Currently, he is serving as the temple president of ISKCON Benin City, coupled with frequent media and college preaching. His Grace Yadunath Prabhu, we are blessed to have you here. Please, the floor is yours. Hare Krishna. Please don't forget the time again. Just 8 minutes. God bless you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the wonderful devotees who are here assembled. My obeisances to His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj. My obeisances to His Holiness Bhakti Swami Guru Maharaj. My obeisances to His Divine Grace Bhachan Ravinda Chidam Goswami Jagaguru Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Maharaj, I am blessed by your compassionate disposition to be on this occasion, to be able to say a few things and make my offerings at your divine lotus feet. Please accept my most humble obeisances at your most compassionate transcendental lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj, and all glories to you. I want to start by first counting myself fortunate to be part of this wonderful association, which is occasioned by your merciful Vyasa-Puja. I am convinced that this will not only create my fortune, but will also make my fortune permanent. Once there was a sinner who was condemned to hell by Yamaraj, and as he was in hell, it happened that Srila Narad Muni happened to visit hell. So he put a question before Narad Muni. He said to Narad Muni that he was told that he had to come to hell because he never had Vaishnava association. So he wants to know what the importance of Vaishnava association is. So Narad Muni considered himself not qualified to answer the question. And he considered his own brother, Lord Shiva, to be in better position to answer such a question. So Narad Muni took this papi from the hellish region, hellish planet, to Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva. And when this same question was put before Lord Shiva also said he cannot answer the question and referred them to his father, Lord Brahman. So from hell to Mount Kailash, from Mount Kailash to Brahmaloka. And when this question was put before Brahmaji, Brahmadev also said he cannot answer the question. Only Lord Vishnu have answer to a question connecting to Vaishnavas. So Narad Muni took this papi to Vaikuntha Loka. So when they got to Vaikuntha, the question was put before Lord Vishnu. And the Lord gave a very wonderful smile and asked this papi, before meeting Narad Muni, where were you? And he said he was in hell. Now you have met Narad Muni, where are you now? And he said, now I'm in Vaikuntha. And of course, Bhagavad said, Natad basayate suryona sansakona parvakaha, na gatwana nirvatante ta dharma paramamama. That eternal abode of the Lord is not illuminated by the sun or by the moon, and whoever reaches there never returns. So by the association you kept just in few minutes with Narad Muni, now you are in Vaikuntha Loka. So His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj is acting that same role of Srila Narad Muni in my life personally, because I know my background, and of course, globally, we know how people see Africa. If devotional service was to be by qualification in terms of race, I don't think that Africans will be considered qualified to be engaged in devotional service. But by the expert guidance of Srila Bhakti Damodara Goswami Maharaj, I am doing my little best trying to follow. So on this very wonderful occasion, I am humbly appealing to you to please, the hand which you have given me, help me to grip tighter to it so that you will take me home back to Godhead as Narad Muni took that papi from the hellish region to Vaikuntha planet. I want to reflect on some of your activities by looking at the Guru Astaka prayer, which is composed by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, because I don't have all the time, so I will just look into like one or two verses. In the second stanza of the song, it is said, Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nirta Gita, Baditramandya Manasura Sena, Romanchakam Pashro Taranga Bajo, Vande Guru Sri Charanara Virinda. by chanting the holy name, dancing in ecstasy, singing, and playing musical instruments, the spiritual master is always gladdened by the Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By my father's arrangement, by Guru Krishna's mercy, I actually met Your Holiness in my childhood. And what I'm reading out today, I'm not just reading it out because it's composed here, but because I have seen you doing these activities very nicely. I have been with you on Harinam in several occasions where you led Harinam for complete 8 hours, and all the devotees were in their toes. And sometimes also devotees start getting tired, but you never give up, you continue. I've seen you dancing in ecstasy. I've seen you singing very nicely, creating a very joyful mood around that devotees always remain happy and also always want to be in your association. For devotees who have been with Maharaj in his Harinam, you must have seen this. When Maharaj is on Harinam, he have one special character, a very big one, and then he put all the devotees into very great ecstasy. The third stanza of this song says, the spiritual master is always engaged in temple worship, Shishi, Radha, and Krishna. He also engages disciples in such worship. His Grace Ganga Prasad Prabhu, he said so many things about Your Holiness, and he put these things in codes. One of the things he spoke about is your opulent deity worship. Maharaj takes 2 to 3 hours in the morning to attend to his deities. In many occasions, I have been around him. I have stayed with you before. I have seen you doing these things. I remember one day, I couldn't keep it to myself, something which I have been nursing in my mind. So I said to Your Holiness, please, Maharaj, how is it that you are able to do your deity worship on a regular basis without fail? Not only that, it takes you more time to do your worship than the time it takes us to do the worship in the full water. So how are you able to do this? So he looked at me and he gave me a very wonderful smile and he said, just follow the footsteps. I have seen that Maharaj has never, as much as I know, you have never missed Mangalati or any other temple programs. One day also, how is it that you are able to chant your rounds on daily basis? You are chanting so much extra rounds, and even though you have sometimes health situations, you are not giving up. And Maharaj also smiled and said to me, a devotee just have to be sincere. You have made a vow before the Guru. It is your responsibility to keep it. In the fourth stanza of this Guru Vastakam prayer, it is also said, the spiritual master is always offering Krishna 4 kinds of delicious food, that which is chewed, drunk, and so on. I have seen you, just like yesterday, one devotee was saying in the offering that at a time you were needed and they had to go to the kitchen to call you to come. So many times we are trying to cook in the temple, we make some preparations. Your Holiness will come and say, what is this? You should make something very nice for their Lordship. Lord Krishna is not a poor man. Lord Krishna is the husband of the goddess of the fortune. ISKCON is not poor. No money means no ISKCON. So make something very nice. And I remember one day that you took myself and some other devotees, we went into the kitchen and you took a long time to prepare a very wonderful cake for their Lordship. Ordinarily, a person like me, I may take like 1 hour to get cake done, but you took 2 to 2 hours, 30 minutes in preparing this cake because you were very careful to see that everything come out very nicely. Because I don't have all the time, I'm also specially touched by your level of compassion. And I want to use this special opportunity to appreciate you for all the wonderful things you have done for me, you have done for my family. I remember many years in the past, in early 90s, my younger brother, Madhava Murari Prabhu, that time his name was Madhava, he had an accident in the temple. And my father, Indrajumina Prabhu, was not physically present. The temple management couldn't manage the situation very well. They had to send for my father to return. And on his coming, because he has given up every other thing, just working for the temple. So he was not receiving salary, he's not having money. And here also the temple doesn't have money to fuel the bills. My father had to travel to Lagos to meet Your Holiness. And without asking many questions, you gave him all that is necessary to attend to the medication of Madhava. I also remember in Ibadan, there was a year we were on Harinam. I had to leave the Harinam to go cook, and you continue with the devotees on Harinam. My same brother, that same Madhava Murari Prabhu, also had an accident again on Harinam. Maharaj specially made arrangements to take him to the best hospital, one of the best hospitals in Nigeria as a whole, UCH, University College Hospital. I also remember also how you compassionately, in several occasions, you have made arrangements for me to go to India to learn some things that could better my devotional life and that could make me more useful in devotional service. I can't fail to remember your level of determination and steadfastness in Krishna consciousness. To be a brahmachari is not an easy task in Africa. In India, when a person is a brahmachari, the Matajis will be careful not to go close to you. But here in Africa, it is the brahmacharis that the women are interested in. Maharaj, you passed through so many temptations. I came to know some of these temptations from you yourself. A lady was doing some rituals to have Your Holiness as her wife, her husband. You saw this ritual going on by Guru Krishna direction. You met her in the act. And this lady told you that she cannot stop what she's doing now because she has gone too far to stop. But because of your determination, faith in Guru, and faith in Krishna, you just say, okay, you go ahead, let us watch and see. These and so many other forms of temptations and so many things happening around you all happened. You never gave up and you continued till the end. One other thing that also touched me so much about your personality is your deep understanding of the scriptures. There are so many people who just speak, like many speakers already mentioned that you are very shastric, which is 100% correct. But I am seriously touched by your depth of understanding of the scripture. You made some statements sometimes that we find it difficult to understand. But in due course of time, by your mercy, we now begin to understand them. You have mentioned in several occasions, which I have heard, that if a devotee is doing Guru Puja and is not seeing the Guru physically, then it's not Guru Puja, it's idol worship. This is very, very deep. Very deep. And I have heard from the Lotus Mount that up till now, you still write letter to your Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, which doesn't seem practical to some of us. On the whole, I want to register my deep appreciation for all the inspirational activities you are engaging in, or I want to appreciate you for your level of inspiration in my life and in the life of other devotees who are struggling to be present and remain present in Krishna consciousness. So I want to seriously pray to you. You know me better. Please help me to be a better instrument in the mission of Guru and Krishna. I know the plans that you have for me. And I also know that I am an obstacle to some of these plans. So I beg you so much, Gurudev, please purify my thoughts, purify my activities, and help me to become fixed and focused in devotional service.
Prabhu will be joining us soon. We're humbly apologize for that. I think there was a bit of a network disconnection on His Grace Yadunat Prabhu's part. I believe that so many of you might have been very, very much enraptured and captivated with the offering that His Grace Yadunat Prabhu was giving. You know, they say that there is a saying that when you hear good music, it sweets your heart so much that you don't want the music to stop to stop. So also His Grace Yadunat Prabhu is a very eloquent speaker that he speaks from the heart, that when you hear him, you don't want him to stop. I don't want him to stop, but just due to time restraints and time constraint, we have to tell Prabhu to please stop because of time. Prabhu, we're very, very grateful to you, Prabhu, and apologies for the network disconnection. I was so enraptured in the glorification and the different pastimes you were speaking about Srila Gurudev. I myself have not heard about them before, you see. So thank you very, very much, Prabhu. All right, so now let us, since we've spent quite some hours here, let's do a little exercise, because I know that so many of us might have been sitting just facing the screen for quite a lot of time, and some of us, our body might be aching, and we might be feeling a bit tired or maybe dizzy. But so as to get you prepared and gingered and and Josh for what is coming next, so just stretch your hand and I beg you, please, wherever you are, just stretch your hand and do some exercise like this. Yeah, stretch. Now, good. Now shake your neck. Yeah, good. Good. All right. Okay, good. Now we're back. So are you guys ready? Just a few while ago, before we started, Srila Gurudev spoke on a very wonderful topic, the culture of constant love and patience. Now let us see how well you understood what Srila Gurudev said with a little pop quiz. So on your screen, you're going to see a quick pop quiz that is going to come up on your screen, and you have to just click on the poll. There is a special prize for the first winners. There are special prizes for the first winner. The first prize is a special Maha visual Ladu for the first winner. So we are not going to be able to give it to you physically, but visually we are going to email it to you. So are we ready for the pop quiz? All right. I believe so many of you might are ready now. You guys are looking on your screen. Where is it? It is coming up in a few seconds right now. Okay, so the first question is, what is perfect love? And there are options: love your family members, love God alone, love yourself, love God, love everyone. So if you think whichever of the points you feel it is, just click on the poll and see. We're going to announce the winner before the end of the program, and we're going to email you your special visual Ladu. Hare Krishna. Okay. Few more seconds and we are going to.
Yes, it's locked.
So the first question is locked. Now we have we have the second question right now. Question number one, I think they brought question number two first. So now the question number one, again, the Prachetas were how many brothers? If you think there are 9, click on 9. If you think there are 10, click on 10. If you think there are 12, click on 12. If you think there are 8, click on 8. And we're going to find out how well you understand these particular stories of the Prachetas. All right, thank you very, very much. Put in your vote, put in your poll, and in a few minutes from now, in a few seconds from now, rather, the poll is going to be locked in, and the answers is going to be announced before the end of the program. While that is on, just to let you guys know, if you are having any difficulty, please just write to our instant message assistant, which is there on the chat, which is Ask Your Servant. If you have any problem, if you're having any difficulty hearing what is being said, or if you're having any difficulty in any of the translations, just ask your servant and they will be able to quickly guide you. Thank you. God bless you. It's Grace Paramgati. Now up to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Shukdev Prabhu, for leading us till here. And now, before we start the next section of offerings from disciples and well-wishers, we have a wonderful offering, a song offering, Ocean of Nectar, right? So, the devotees who made this song, they literally had sleepless nights, preparing for the song, shooting it, singing it, composing the words and everything. And they have been meditating on Srila Gurudev for so many days. And you will see, I'm really excited to, play this wonderful offering for you all. So let us, dive deeper into the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the ocean of nectar for you.
Always resembling his father, who is his heart and soul, deliverance of the fallen, that is his only goal. Your heart is an ocean of nectar from where your mercy and love flows. No matter how fallen we are, under your shelter our heart glows. Hearing from you the holy name, sing how you explain. Hey Madhava, hey Sham, burning all the material flame. From his lotus-like mouth, he showers the nectar of Krishna's name. By his strong sadhana, he makes us dive in the ocean of the holy name. Your heart is an ocean of nectar from where your mercy and love flows. No matter how fallen we are, under your shelter our heart glows. All illusion disappears by his merciful glance, assuring us for one more chance to advance, making us all dance in the name of Radhesha. Your heart is an ocean of nectar from where your mercy and love flows. No matter how fallen we are, under your shelter our heart glows. No matter how many compassionate Father, to awake the lost soul from the drain. Your heart is an ocean of nectar from where your mercy and love flows. No matter how fallen we are, under your shelter our heart glows. Jai Gurudev, Gurudev, Srila Gurudev, always be merciful upon us. Jai Gurudev, Gurudev, Srila Gurudev, always be merciful upon us.
Hare Krishna. I still have goosebumps, hair standing on end. This was an amazing offering. Thank you so much for the devotees who helped in bringing up this wonderful song. It shows, and Srila Gurudev is an ocean of nectar. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it was Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said that love of Godhead was flowing out, like Udkirna, like a vomit from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's how he was. It was overflowing from him, and it was going everywhere. And this is what we also see with Srila Gurudev. Wherever he is, his kirtans, his talks, it just flows. And thank you so much. It was such a wonderful song. I mean, if there is any Hare Krishna annual musical awards, this is the song which will get #1 on that. And yeah, this is going to be on my playlist for a long time on #1. So thank you so much, devotees. Thank you so much, Srila Gurudev, for inspiring us. And yes, we now move on to our next. So now we move on to our next speaker, who is His Grace Vasudev Kripa Prabhu. So he has served in Nashik temple for a long time, almost 12 years, and he's doing so many services. And we are really fortunate that he has now moved on to Mumbai, where he is serving in Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, the deity worship seva. And we call the family lovingly, very lovingly, we call them Panda family, because in Jagannath Puri, the pujaris of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, they are called, the Jagannath Pandas. So yes, they worship Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Sudarshan very nicely. And if time permits, we'll definitely take you to a darshan of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. So we invite Vasudev Kripa Prabhu to kindly give his offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances onto your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Param Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, on this auspicious day of your appearance, I would firstly like to beg forgiveness for all the offenses, mistakes, and pain that I have given you. Please forgive me. Even after all the shortcomings, you have always been kind to protect me and bless me in every possible way. My only aspiration is to assist you in your mission in a way that I can reduce your load and not increase your load. Your divine quality of being attached to all, but at the same time being detached, is what I am trying to focus and work on the most currently. You are always selflessly giving and doing your part for all, irrespective of what is coming back in reciprocation. It is something which requires a lot of tolerance, humility, and love, which you exemplify by your actions all the time. Please bless me, Gurudev, that I can implement this quality of yours in my day-to-day practice with a humble and grateful heart in the mood of your servant of the servant. Please give me the mood and strength to use every moment of my life in assisting you in every way possible. Thank you is a word that is too small and cheap to understand your greatness, protection, and everything that you have given me. Please keep me at your shelter and lotus feet eternally. At the end, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all my brothers and sisters for this amazing event, which has been organized for your pleasure, for all the hard work everyone has put, wherein, even though I am not worthy of, I have got the chance to present my offering live to you, Gurudev, for the first time ever. So, by their mercy, I have got this chance, and I am extremely grateful to all of them. Thank you so much, Gurudev, for everything. Trying to be your insignificant servant, Vasudev Kripadas.
Hare Krishna. Thank you is certainly a little word. Thank you so much, Vasudeva Kripa Prabhu, for keeping it short. And if I may request, can we have darshan of
Yes,
wonderful Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Maya deities? So in a moment we can.
Camera to guna.
So we are seeing you, Prabhu.
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna. Jai Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maya ki jai. So these are the wonderful deities they have been worshipping in so many years by the mercy of Srila Gurudev and Lakshmi Mai. So, and we have Lord Narsinghadev with Prahlad Maharaj. So yes, such wonderfully decorated altar. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing this wonderful darshan.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And we are also fortunate that we get to have Chappan Bhog every month. We love that. In the pandemic, this was our saving grace. Thank you so much to the Panda family. Yes. Hare Krishna. So we thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful offering. Yes. Hare Krishna. So yes, we move on to the next speaker, Srila Shukdev Goswami Prabhu. Please, if you would like to introduce the dear friend.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very, very much. Like you all, I don't know about you, but I was getting a lot of goosebumps, and I was actually crying when the beautiful song offering was being played. It's very, very touching, and it's very, very emotionally captivating. So thank you all to the people that presented the song, this wonderful offering to Srila Gurudev. I thank you all again from the depth of my heart, because each sentence and each word, it truly reflects something that I believe each and every one of us here will feel connected to. So thank you very, very much. Now, moving forward, we're going to be calling on His Grace Daoji Balaram Prabhu. Daoji Balaram Prabhu is a wonderful devotee, a very, very much loved devotee and follower of Srila Gurudev in Nashik. His Grace Daoji Balaram Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami. He joined ISKCON in the year 2004 and was actively a part of the ISKCON Youth Forum, Chopati, from 2004 to 2006. He got his first initiation in 2007, followed consecutively by his second initiation in the year 2011. Prabhu is an intellectual, a scholar with a master's degree in engineering and also a PhD in machinery of composite materials. He is a very much loved devotee in ISKCON Nasik, and he serves Sri Sri Radha Madan Gopal as their pujari, and also taking very, very good care of them. Prabhu is a profound kirtanier, and he plays mridanga very, very nicely for Srila Gurudev's dancing pleasure. His Grace Daoji Balaram Prabhu, we're very, very joyful to have you here. We are joyful, we are humbled. Thank you for making time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. God bless you. Please, the floor is yours. Hare Krishna.
Can you hear us, Prabhu, clearly?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you so much, Sukadeva Goswami Prabhu. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Sri Ati Bhakti Dhiranam Damodara Niti Bhakti Tasarvam Bhavanamurtine Sarvada Sarvatanam Sarvaraksha Pradayane Sri Radhe Krishna Gaurango Gaisi Sarvada Prabhu Nityananda Prabhamurte Pranamami. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So there is a very famous verse in Bhagavad Gita that we come around is Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Chaiva Sopakecha Pandita Samadarshina. That a Pandita, in his vision, there is no one on the higher level, no one on the lower level. He sees everyone with the equal vision. Like Prabhu was mentioning about my ISKCON youth services. So our connection with His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj, by then Maharaj was Parikshit Prabhu. So our consular then, his guest Swami Bhavan Prabhu, he established our connection with Maharaj. And you know, the base boys, when you are in base and you're a practitioner in your college days, base boys are like baby devotees, you know. So when Maharaj came for the very first time, so it was a culture shock for us. And you know, the first time we sat around Maharaj, we were taking our lunch. And then I was sitting just next to Maharaj. And then, you know, in my curiosity, I had so many questions going on in my head. So I was continuously asking Maharaj so many questions, question after question. And then Maharaj became, you know, little serious, and just he put his finger on lips like this, you know. So that was enough to keep me, you know, settled down. So, you know, there are very small experiences like that. Maharaj then took us next day morning. You know, it was not a very private stay for Maharaj. So all base boys were, you know, morning time we were around 4 o'clock. So when we entered Maharaj room there, we saw Maharaj was chanting like a DT. You know, he was chanting his round, closing his eyes, you know, and you know, in a corner he was sitting. And so that was an inconceivable sight for us, for a new you know, infant devotees like us. And then Maharaj, that evening, Maharaj took us to, you know, usually we go for Harinam in the college campus. So we went with Maharaj, and usually when we go, we are like so much, you know, reserved sort of, you know. But when Maharaj was there with us, it was just an ecstatic experience of Kirtan. And then when we went to college campus, we came to the college gate. All the college boys were surrounding, and they're watching an African sannyasi first time, you know, dancing in the Kirtan. So that experience was very special when Maharaj was there with us. Like yesterday, Ananteshwar Prabhu was nicely explaining the Pune Yatra experience. We saw Maharaj when in Pune Yatra, there would have been at the end, there would have been a big kirtan, and Maharaj would dance with devotees. It was an unusual sight. You know, devotees dance in a circle. So Maharaj was, as a sannyasi, he was there, and then he would hold hands with other fellow devotees, and he would dance like a you know, he would not make himself feel like a sannyasi amongst other devotees. So he would keep himself like a common devotee as well, you know. So when there was a time for Maharaj to give class, Maharaj was cutting sabzi in the kitchen. So Govind Prabhu, when His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj asked for where is Maharaj, so Govind Prabhu said to Maharaj that Maharaj is cutting sabzi in the kitchen. Then His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj said, sadhu means to cut, you know. So that was Maharaj's humility, that was touching us so much. And after our college days, you know, after 3 years almost, when I got married, I had my family. We met Maharaj in Nasik. He came after 3 years. And after 3 years, when I went to Maharaj, and I was explaining Maharaj that we met 3 years before, and this is how you came to base, and you are given nice talks there and kirtans. So Maharaj said, yes, I remember you. So that thing that I remember you, you know, nowadays it's like, it is not so common. Many times even congregation devotees fail to recognize you. But here, a sannyasi like Maharaj, he was recognizing us. That was personally moved me so much. So that was personal. Even after getting married, and then Karunamai got initiated from Maharaj. Maharaj was conversing with a sannyasi. That was again a new different thing for us. But Maharaj made it feel like homely. You know, when he was staying in Nasik, in Sachidanand Govind Prabhu's place, there was a watchman family, and there was an old lady. Maharaj became so compassionate to that lady. Then that Maharaj, he chanted few rounds on a chanting bead, 8 rounds, and then so he has given the mala to that old lady, and also told Karunamai that you give her sari. You know, so that much Maharaj is taking care to not only to special devotees but to everyone. So there are so many things to be told, but Maharaj always made us feel homely and recognize that this is a simple things that made us Maharaja's place, big place in our hearts. So we always have and we always aspire that we do something big in reciprocation. So Karunamai has written an offering to Maharaj that she would like to read out.
Yes. All glories to Shil Prabhupada, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai, Shri Shri Radha Shamsundar. Please accept our humble obeisances, Gurudev. All glories to you, our beloved Gurudev. Yes, Gurudev. It was a time you came to Nasik and we had an opportunity to meet you personally at Vasudev Kripa Prabhu's house. Yes, that was the first time I could see such a renowned sannyasi, such a pure devotee of the Lord, such a humble soul, with so much of simplicity. You made yourself available for everyone surrounded to you, where you were doing your work while sitting on simple floor, although all facilities available in the room. Yes, Gurudev, your simplicity and heart-melting behavior makes us and bound us to take your shelter in spite of our all limitations. And with your unlimited potency of heart, you accepted me as your disciple. Then there was time when we came for initiation ceremony at Mayapur, and the hidden talk, which was purely filled with anger, jealousy, greed, lust in our heart, you done post-mortem with your purity and unlimited love, where it was all painless operation without a scratch to the heart. Gurudev, you are full of mercy, care, love, which we observed while spending time with you there in Mayapur, and also your visit to Nasik. And appreciating a simple man or a woman who did an insignificant work which comes under your loving glance, with your mercy only, we try to serve Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai at our house. And in spite of so much hectic schedule, you try to visit to Nasik. Yes, as you cared us like your own children, we feel so much content and satisfied when we are with you. That might be with your physical association or might be remembrance of you. We immediately get awakened from that point to try to execute our devotional activities seriously and sincerely, with your mercy only. Your simple way of giving answers to our silly questions makes us completely unshakable in the situations. Yes, Gurudev, we are so much fortunate for everything you are doing for us, as I don't feel qualified to talk on your qualities, as so much of garbage is accumulated in the heart. Kindly keep us under your loving shelter always, Gurudev. Always you are aspiring and insignificant servant. Kalindi Karunamai Devi Dasi.
His Grace and His Grace Daji Balaram Prabhu Ki Jai. Grace Kalindi Karunamai Mataji Ki Jai. Daji Balaram Prabhu, Kalindi Karunamai Prabhu, please shower your mercy upon us that we may have this wonderful service attitude that you both have for Srila Gurudev, because the activities that you guys do, it's very, very heart-touching and very, very profound in how you render service from your heart for Srila Gurudev. I am very, very grateful, and I believe a lot of us that knows you, we are all grateful for your service attitude, never complaining, always ready to serve. Thank you all very, very much. Hare Krishna. In Hindi, they say koti koti dhanyawad. And in French, they say merci, merci beaucoup. Okay, so thank you all very, very much. Now I'm going to hand on to His Grace Paramgati Prabhu. And Paramgati Prabhu, where are you?
Thank you so much, Shukdev Prabhu.
Yeah.
Shukdev Prabhu ki jai. Masi, masi, baku.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So next we have a wonderful devotee. She's a disciple of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. She's Sakhi Jeevani Mataji. She has trained her two daughters wonderfully in Krishna consciousness. They are initiated by His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. These two daughters, though younger, in age, they are an inspiration. Many people will agree. Those who have seen them serving in Vrindavan, they are an inspiration to all of us. So we also pray to Mataji that please also give us the mercy so that we can also serve Srila Gurudev. So Mataji, it's all yours. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Paramgati Prabhu. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna to all the assembled devotees here. I'll not take much of the time and I'll quickly read out my offering. Om Adyan Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum lankarate girim yat kripatam aham vande Shri Gurum Dina Taranam. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. I beg to offer some sincere gratitude and appreciation on the most auspicious day. I always mention in almost every offering and will continue to mention it that having your association is a result of our accumulated rare good fortune of many births. Despite being fully aware of all my anathas, you have always been very kind to me. Mercifully, you have overlooked my many offenses like a loving parent. Being in your association is always regenerating, Maharaj, but this time, especially in Sri Vrindavan Dham, it was even more special. You were constantly monitoring all our activities, from encouraging us to sometimes accusing. But the only motive you had was to push all of us forward as much as you can in our Krishna consciousness. As we have known your holiness, we have witnessed that any kind of service rendered to you does not please you as much. The service rendered to the Guru Parampara and Radha Shyam Sundar. And this is surely evident in whatever you do. But your personal care and love, you have been moved and touched this stone-like heart of mine, which is full of unnecessary things. I can never forget how, despite of heavy rain, you came to our house just to see us. And now that I was not well, my children were especially taking care of you, as always you do, and taking full responsibility of them. You have really freed me, keeping my husband, my children, all of us intact under your lotus shelter, lotus feet. You have always made sure that you never miss anyone. And as it's mentioned that, Tulayam Lavinapi na Swargam na Punaram Bhavam. The topmost benediction for those who are living in the material world and are subjected to the repetition of birth and death is the association with the pure devotees, which cannot be compared to anything. So I want to ask for forgiveness that despite of you having given us so much, I don't seem to be sufficiently grateful. And the only hope we have is, as Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj says, I don't know how to beg, but I have someone who can beg for me. And that's definitely you for us, Maharaj, surely you for us. How is it even possible for me to glorify you, who keeps Krishna under his control, by accepting us all as your very own, selfless care and love to this conditional soul you have shown? Very well, you know that too. The disease of this material world, I'm prone. In our Krishna consciousness, you are teaching us how to be grown. So all I want to seek for today is forgiveness for all my offense, forgiveness for despite of your constant encouragement, the anatha is still condensed. Your love and association is our only defense. Servant of your servant, Sakhi Jeevani. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Majdi, for this touching offering. And yes, we are all grateful. And you were also fortunate to be with Maharaj for so long in Vrindavan Dham, Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai. Thank you so much for bringing out that nectar. Hare Krishna. So now we move on to our next speaker, Soumya Mataji, Bhakti Soumya Mataji. She's aspiring from Srila Gurudev, and she's serving in ISKCON since 2017. As her name suggests, Soumya, she's very gentle in her behavior as well. So she she does a lot of services behind the scenes, the media services, helping us with the Facebook, social media. There are so many things going on in the background. So she's one of the servants in the background. And so now we have, after this, we have 2 more offerings. So I will request we keep the offerings short, 2 to 3 minutes. We just have 8 minutes more to go. Thank you so much, Soumya Mataji. Floor is yours. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present my offerings. Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, all glories to you. I am totally unqualified to speak in front of Srila Gurudev and all the devotees. Please forgive me for all the mistakes I make. And I want to start by saying that exactly 1 year back on your Vyasa-Puja day, Srila Gurudev, I had prayed to you and written in my offering letter that you please help me know who is my Gurudev, not knowing that you are my spiritual master. But you so kindly answered my prayers and took me in your cooling shelter. Thank you so much, Srila Gurudev. And I wish to share some of the very wonderful qualities of Srila Gurudev that are very touching to my heart. The first one is like how Srila Gurudev is very loving and caring and is actually demonstrating the love and appreciation sessions that Srila Gurudev has been taking. That in Vrindavan, there were so many devotees, but we all felt very cared for and none of us felt neglected. And also, like, especially when there were birthdays or some occasions, Srila Gurudev would personally encourage the devotee, glorify the devotee. He himself would hear about the glorification of the devotee. And I was so surprised that Gurudev knows every detail about the devotee, like when he met them and how they met them. And I realized that how Srila Gurudev loves all of us, that is why he could remember such details. So thank you so much, Shri Gurudev, for demonstrating that when we are dealing with so many, we should not forget anyone. And the second most inspiring quality of Shri Gurudev is his strong determination laced with his gentle humility. So we all know how Shri Gurudev is so determined and so strict with himself, but at the same time very soft with others, like how Param Gurudev was. So we saw in Vrindavan like how when we would go for morning japa, Shila Gurudev would very humbly like wait for all of us to pay obeisances. Then when we would get up, he would give a very beaming, effulgent smile, greet us very lovingly. And even when we would go for parikramas or when we would go for Mangalati, any stranger would come, he would stop by, he would wait for the devotee to pay obeisances and greet them very lovingly. So that would like melt any stone heart. And the next very amazing quality of Srila Gurudev is his deep appreciation and love for Param Gurudev and all our acharyas. And like once I remember that Pragati Mataji was very concerned that Srila Gurudev has so many lectures back to back. But Srila Gurudev simply smiled and said, "I'm very happy. This is what my Gurudev wants me to do." So Srila Gurudev is actually demonstrating what his pranam mantra is. Yati Shri Bhakti Tirthasya Gunabhavana Mantana. He is representing truly Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj in his qualities and mood by following him completely. The next is Srila Gurudev extends himself more than a spiritual master as a loving father and a friend to all of us. Like it's like just by sharing my problems with Shri Gurudev, more than half my problems are solved. So again, like the pranam mantra, Sarvada Sarva Bhaktanam Sarva Raksha Pradayane. He's always there to provide all protection to all his devotees and disciples. And Srila Gurudev himself like mentioned once that it is Guru and Krishna who plans the life of a disciple. So thank you so much, Srila Gurudev, for arranging me with all that I ever need in my Krishna consciousness. You've provided me with all the wonderful God brothers and sisters. I want to name all of them, but it will take a lot of time. And with all the services that help me remember you, and I know this is your arrangement for me. And I consider myself a failure for not being able to make the best use of all of this. So, and whatever little imperfect services that I had been offering, you so lovingly accepted all of them. So please forgive me for all the offenses that I've committed under your lotus feet. And I wish to give up my independence and my whimsical nature and take your shelter in true sense. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Soumya Mataji. It was wonderful prayers at the end, humble prayers. And one point you said amazing, that was like father, like son. You know, Srila Gurudev mentioned many times that he was taken up by the smile of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. You know, when he would smile, he will just attract everyone's attention. And that's what also you brought out, that in the morning Srila Gurudev will smile and we would forget everything, and that's it, the holy name Srila Gurudev. So wonderful. Thank you so much for the wonderful offering. So we move on to the next speaker we have today is Bhakti Praveen Prabhuji from Kolkata. He's a very intellectual devotee. He's serving as a brahmachari currently in Kolkata ISKCON, and he is doing so many services. He's taking care of the Srila Prabhupada Janmsthan in Kolkata. He's head pujari in New Alipur, Kolkata temple. And he's also an academic instructor and children's caretaker at Bhaktivedanta National School. He met Srila Gurudev in IIT Kharagpur when Srila Gurudev went there to give a class. That's how he got connected with Srila Gurudev, a powerhouse of a devotee. We welcome you, Praveen Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I'm extremely honored and extremely happy to get the opportunity to speak the glory of Srila Gurudev. So I'll just quickly read out my offering. Hare Krishna, dear Srila Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances on your lotus feet on this very auspicious occasion of Vyasa-Puja. All glories to our beloved grandfather, His Holiness Swami Maharaj. All glories to our beloved great grandfather, His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami. So actually, I have written a small poem with a broken word. So please forgive me if you find some mistake. So I name the poem as "There is nothing I can do without you, Srila Gurudev." You came to me like a sun, showing me a ray of hope when there is a difficulty and I could not cope. You gave freely to one and all, association, example, instructions, and more, to get back an entity like me back to the shore. Youth is gone and death to approach. The knowledge and wisdom you shared, quietly I encroach. A dream like past, I let it part. Seeing my only hope in you, and it lasts and lasts. My struggle persists, my habits die hard. I can only cry for your mercy from the core of my heart. What should I do for you if I get a chance to repay? It cannot be done. I am eternally in debt. Your matchless gift is what I pray. Eternally in debt is what I have become. Sons of mercy had to come on this poor slum. How can I repay to you of holiness? Getting mankind out from loneliness to happiness. If I could pray and surrender away, this could possibly happen. I wish I would certainly say. My life is okay just by pleasing you. This is what I should do for you. Having your grace and mercy away, there is no for me I shall fall away. There is nothing I can do without you, Srila Gurudev. I thought I knew something, but all my false knowledge was only filtering out the sweet knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Let me not be a professional by any more or all those other things I thought I was or wanted to be. Let me be a simple disciple of you with no knowledge of my own, but with knowledge borrowed from you. So my spiritual master, please save me. Your insignificant servant, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Praveen Prabhu, for this wonderful poem. One thing I really touch, I can only cry for mercy from the core of my heart. I remember that's our movement. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, cry for Krishna, cry for Shri Guru's mercy. Thank you so much for bringing out that point. So we are at the end, and we have the last we have 2 more speakers. So again, I will request that we would keep the offering short, just like Swami Mataji, Praveen Prabhu, they did. So next speaker is Anangalata Mataji. Hare Krishna. For those who don't know, I'll just introduce. So Her Grace Anangalata Mataji is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. And along with her family, she is serving Srila Gurudev very nicely. They are all devotees, and she actually got initiated with her mother, I think in 2014, in Sri Vrindavan Dham. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you for coming. And just to remind you again, we have short time, so please keep the offering short to 2 to 3 minutes. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Which I got initiated in 2019 with my mother.
Sorry, not 2000.
Sorry, 2019, yes.
Hare Krishna, dear Shri Gurudev and all the devotees. Please accept my most respectful, humble obeisances. Your divine lotus feet. You are very sweet and special person, a guide, a friend, and spiritual father to so many. A source of love and inspiration, great example of service and dedication. Gentle, kind, and full of compassion. You are the most merciful. You are always with me, and you are all pervasive. You are all miracle in my life. Really appreciate my fortunate that I am your disciple. You are always there in my heart. You are completely out of this world. You have compassion that is so unmatched, a loving vision that pierces the heart. The time you take out talk to me, to guide me, to humor me, to break my false ego, to chastise me, to encourage me, and most of all, for allowing me to serve you in my limited capacity and knowledge. Your mercy saves me every single day from falling back into the old patterns and traps of the material world. All I have to do is connect to you in many ways you have taught me how. Please bless me that I can realize within my heart all that you have taught me and shared with me. Please keep me engaged in your service. Continue to be so kind and merciful and grant this unworthy creature service to your lotus feet. Constantly, uninterruptedly, eternally, please never send me away. I pray for that Krishna takes the greatest care of you, that you may be able to give more to the Vaishnavas, and I may follow sincerely with my heart and soul, and actually become pleasing, that my words may become my action. Your most fallen and insignificant servant, Ananglata Dasi. Thank you.
Jai Jai. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for keeping it short, crisp, and it was really a sweet offering with prayers at the end. So I'll thank you so much. So yes, next, Srila Shukdev Goswami Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Can you please take over? Hare Krishna.
So thank you all very, very much, wonderful speakers. We're very, very grateful to each and every one of you. And I believe so many of you that are listening kind of are hearing wonderful, heart-touching, emotional offerings that have been read to Srila Gurudev. And I am learning, I'm learning a lot from each and every speakers based on everything that they wrote, on every poem that they offer, on everything that they really give. We can see the love that they are using, that they put into whatever offering that they are reading, and the love that they put into reading it out, into sharing it out, and trying to also overcome their fear to be able to speak boldly, for the glorification of Srila Gurudev, for our purification, and for the glorification of Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. Thank you all speakers. So we are moving forward now to last but not the least speaker in the person of Her Grace Ananga Manjari Mataji from Mauritius. Her Grace Ananga Manjari Mataji is a disciple of His Holiness Giriraj Swami. She is the wife of His Grace Sanatan Dharma Prabhu. They are both pioneers. They are both pioneer devotees in the Mauritian Yatra. They have been serving for a long time as Pujari of Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir here in Mauritius. Maharaj, Gurudev is very, very dear to the both of them. This word is refer Haji, his brother, and always refer Prabhu as his father. Daily, Maharaj takes it upon herself whenever Gurudev is here in Mauritius to prepare to affectionately cook for Srila Gurudev deities and Srila Gurudev himself. So Ananga Manjari Mataji, we are very, very fortunate that you've graced us with your presence. Thank you very, very much, Mataji. Please, the floor is yours. Hare Krishna. But just before you go ahead, just a little reminder that time limit of 3 minutes that is being allotted. So please, Mataji, the floor is yours. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Giriraj Swami Namine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Pastachadesha Tarini. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Happy Vyasa-Puja to you, Guru Maharaj. On this very auspicious day of your Vyasa-Puja, I'd like to thank you. Thank you for everything, for helping us and guiding us in our spiritual life. Ashra Prabhupada said that he has built a house, that everyone can hold the world and live. So this is the pandemic. This day, the coronavirus is happening, and we can see and can feel that the whole world all together and to celebrate your very holy Vyasa-Puja. And it reminds us that every time you're here, you can give us a chance to serve you. And even we are far, but you are giving us a lot of time every day. And you're giving your nectar every day and make us to think of Krishna. And we're celebrating this today for the Vyasa-Puja, and this is showing us all the love for us. And we pray for your good health and also beg for your mercy. And please forgive us for our offenses, directly or indirectly. And we tell you a big thanks. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ananda Manjari Mataji. Thank you very, very much for the wonderful, beautiful, and very, very short, precise offering. We are very, very grateful to you. Just that for so many of you that might be wondering why we're not seeing Srila Gurudev on the camera. Where is he? Where is he? A lot of us might be, where is Guru Maharaj? Where is he? Well, Guru Maharaj is here with us. It's just that there are so many devotees in the temple that are at the moment they are also participating and they are watching live this online Vyasa-Puja celebration and offering. Hence, the camera of Srila Gurudev is turned off. So this is going to be the conclusion for today's online Vyasa-Puja celebration. We thank each and every speaker from the depth of our heart. We are very, very grateful to you all for taking out your time, for being, I don't know what times, time in different locations and in different geographical locations, the time, the hours is different, but you all take your time out of your busy schedule to be present here with us. This shows how much you love Srila Gurudev, that you are ready to sacrifice, you are ready to be present, for his Vyasa-Puja. We are grateful to you all. In Hindi, they say Koti Koti Dandawat. In my country, they say Eshe Gidi 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 Gani Adupela Wani. So thank you very much, each and every one of you. Okay, so we are going to draw the curtain for today for our morning session, so as to be able to give time and also to get everybody ready for the evening section that will be going on. But just before we give the conclusion, here is a quick announcement by His Grace Paramgati Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much. Before we announce next sessions, today's next session schedule, we just have an announcement that we had asked a question, and it's time to announce the winners, right? So the question was, what is perfect love? And the answer to that is love God, love everyone. The last answer, the last option, basically. And the winners are the fastest who gave this is, the first is Ishani Mataji, second Radhakund Mataji, and the third is Praveen Kumar Prabhu. Right, so congratulations to all the winners, and we pray to all the winners. And as Shukdev Goswami Prabhu said, that he will send out a virtual laddu. You can taste it with your eyes, right? A visual feast. So thank you so much, and we'll have the announcements for the next session. So today we have another session at 9 p.m. IST, and I'll just announce the lecture timings. Yes, so today at 4:30 p.m. we are going to start with the part 2 of the movie. It's an interesting part 2 of the movie. Then we'll move on to our third part in the series, Culture of Constant Love and Appreciation. Then we move on to the section of offerings by seniors, God brothers and God sisters of Srila Gurudev from Ghana, right? And then we will move on to the last section, which is offerings by disciples and well-wishers. And of course, the event will be sprinkled with pop quizzes in between and some other surprises. So please stay tuned and please join us for the the session 2, session 3, and session 2 for day 2 today. So these are the timings in all the day zones. Please note it down for your country and time zone. And yes, we'll meet again today and also tomorrow. So please stay tuned. Hare Krishna. And thank you so much all for joining today. Hare Krishna.
In English, they say, saying goodbye, that does not mean that is the end. We are just going to be able to rejoin back again. So very soon we are going to be joining each and every one of you again, and we are going to be seeing each and every one of your lovely face again in just a few minutes, a few hours from now. We're giving you time so you can go stretch your body, relax, eat prasad, go for Gayatri break and all of that. So many of you that might have been wanting to do this, but have not been able to go for your Gayatri break and all of that. So here's an opportunity to be able to do that. So thank you very much again to the speakers that we called and to those that due to our low-mindedness and due to our less intelligence that we might have rushed you with your offering, we humbly apologize. And to those that we were not able to call, again, we humbly apologize. It's just that we are just trying to work in accordance to time and place and circumstances, also because so many other speakers are speaking from different geographical locations, and also to those that their network were not so okay, and hence we have to cut you off. Again, we humbly apologize. We are very, very sorry. And to each and every devotees that were present here, thank you very, very much. Koti koti dhanyawad, shegidi gidi goni, merci beaucoup. We are very, very grateful to everybody. Thank you. God bless you, and see you in the evening. Hare Krishna. Please accept our
Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.